A very hearty hoyoto to everybody out there. This is a special quarantine edition of Tricks of the Trade. As you can see, I'm sitting on the floor, changing the angles of where we are in the room. I have been very fortunate to have a biggish room complete with a window. If you are in quarantine or going through a stage of your life, ladies and gentlemen, there are the cheap blue skies to look at and make you happy. Tricks that you all know that I believe in is taking your assistant with you. The assistant that won't moan if you decorate him with pink fluff you want to wear in your hair. Richard says, hearty hoyo toho. And because Richard is so serious about us staying in the job, he wants to ask if you all have been doing vowel exercises, whether you have been in quarantine or not. Just a gentle reminder, I have shown you things you could do in quarantine as well. If you find the different zones of your face that vibrate, reminder, let's call that one the pretty cheekbones, the lift, and the stretch, and hold on to every single little vowel. Big breath, as long as you have the healthy breath. This is also a very good checking point to see if you have some form of the virus. We want to say that we are seriously impressed by Taiwanese quarantine. When I got to my hotel, there was a welcome to quarantine package from the government, complete with all kinds of masks and fun food in there. And there's my personal thermometer that I can take my temperature every day. And especially if you're in quarantine, sometimes one goes crazy because you think, oh my God, I'm feeling strange. Am I dying? Do I have a fever? And then you pop a thermometer in your mouth and you check and you go, no, I have an absolute normal temperature. Tricks of the trade while traveling, whether you be in quarantine or not. This is my favorite traveling mug. I bought it in South Africa with a dear friend in, I think, around 2013. It's a light plastic mug that will keep whatever you want to drink cold and or warm. In this mug, I always have in my handbag one plastic spoon, plastic, so that it isn't heavy and cannot be taken as a weapon if you fly around a lot, for if you want to eat the big lots of yogurt or pudding or whatever keeps you happy. And I have added to my menage of traveling tricks questo. This is a very, very spicy solution. It is not some kind of a witty toy. It says it is Willie's chili to make sure that your palate doesn't get bored when you are in quarantine or traveling on long flights. I suggest having your chili or whatever tickles your fancy in a portion that's smaller than 100 milliliters, as this is at the ready in the plastic baggies. Now, a whole thing about staying in quarantine. I like my environment to be colorful, and I think part of having the good spirits all the time, remaining positive naturally without using chemicals to stay happy, I think one can just use color. The beautiful hotel room I am in mostly has beigey and golden and wooden colors that would have driven me through the window and down the 8 floors if I had to look at that all the time. So I always travel with at least 3 colorful scarves. One green scarf is already featured over there for me to look at. There's one silver scarf that I always drape over the bed, so that getting in and out of bed is still a feature and I don't just stay in bed. But most serious recommendation, if I haven't spoken to you about this before, this is a bulldog clip. can clip all kinds of things together, but not delicate material. So I will show you. You see, there's a curtain in a color that is not my taste. So without anybody killing you, if you just very simply drape there so you can see. There's my jolly scarf over the boring curtain, and there's the bulldog clip, and I have something to make me very happy. Obviously, if you have a longer phase of quarantine, like in Taiwan, very sensible always, the 14 days, that's why everybody is so healthy. Most people are so healthy here. You have to plan what you might like to do. So on my list was like freshening up my stick technique, working on my La Bohème partitura. But very important in these days, I would say, is plan your downtown time. Allow yourself the completely relaxed time where your body is rebooting and your whole system is getting ready for the next enjoyment on stage. Please stay healthy and do practice your daily